Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. This is Humayun Khiani. Today, rather tonight, I am extremely excited as we will be having none other than Dr. Herlin Gill. So before introducing her, I would like to thank Dr. Herlin Gill who has rendered her special time, as I know that she is really busy in her profession. So it's a great opportunity for all of us having her with us in our session. And I hope we would try to learn from her wisdom. So, ma'am, thank you for giving your time to us.
Thank you very much
Okay, this is a
for
great
having me.
honor and opportunity. This is a great honor and opportunity, especially for me, as when I was discussing some points with you, you gave me some most important points which I was ignoring in my life. So I thought that it was a great opportunity. I was learning from a learned personality. So we must give this opportunity to so many other people so that they may also learn from you. So let's get started towards our session. So my name is Humayun Babar Khiani. I am professionally working as a public speaker, and as far as my qualification is concerned, I am currently pursuing my PhD in linguistic syntax. And apart from this, I am also conducting training for self and personal development. So we have a lot of opportunities to learn if we want to learn. As I would start with my favorite quotation. If if the student is ready to learn, if the student is ready to learn, the teacher appears. So this is very much true, as I have personally experienced that whenever I want to learn about any field, when I would start learning at that particular time, I have got a wonderful and amazing teacher. So same is the case here. I am also going live with different experts. So we have got the opportunity to talk to Dr. Herlin Gill, and it was her kindness that she gave her time to me. And she was not only giving me her time, but she helped me in preparing all these things. So I am really indebted from the core of my heart. And I would expect that I would get so many new things from her. So our today's, rather tonight's topic is soft skills. Soft skills for faster career growth, as it is our basic and fundamental desire to flourish in our professions. Everyone wants to get the high status. Everyone wants to go to the next professional level. But what are the things which we are lacking? What are the skills which we need to learn? What kind of mentors do we need? We do not know about all these things. So our sole purpose of going live with experts is to help the people who want to make progress and advancement in their professions. So this I completely believe that this session will really help all of us. This session will really transform our lives, and we will spend a better life after going through this session, after learning from her. So it is her show, but I have taken some time because we are waiting for some people so that we may start our session. Now our two viewers who are our regular viewers, they have come up, they have turned up. Now I would like to request to Dr. Herlin Gill that she will introduce herself briefly. I haven't introduced her because I want her to introduce before you. So, ma'am, please, would you like to let us know about your personality.
Thank you so much, Himayu, and thank you for this opportunity. I'm really, really very happy, and I'm also indebted to you as well, same ways. So, as you just briefly have updated all our viewers about my about me, about who I am. So I am just dentist by profession, an Australian dentist, but I'm not pursuing dentistry at the moment. But I'm into coaching dentists from across the world and preparing them for the Australian dental exam. I do that, and I'm also a certified soft skills trainer and a yoga trainer. I'm a budding image consultant, and I have also done my train the trainer. So I'm into a lot of things at the same time. And my basic passion is to help the youth of today, because I think that I was just listening to a video the other day which said that in the southeast eastern countries there are about 50% youth who are graduates, but unfortunately they cannot find an appropriate job. In other ways, if you look at this the other way, you will understand from the employer's point of view that the employers say that these students, or not the students, these youth who are already graduated, they have the hard skills, they have the graduation, but they don't have the soft skills for that job. So that's the reason why unemployability is so high in these countries. And the other thing is that most of the people do not get the opportunity to grow in their own companies.
So you are absolutely right. But one thing which you have missed is that I was also your colleague in one of the courses, which was
Yes,
communication mastery. So we were
yes,
also there, and it was a pleasure for me. It was a great honor for me to have you with that particular group as well. So, as you have just talked about something which is lacking in our countries, we youth, I'm also saying myself youth. So, if you don't mind,
sure.
so the youth is energetic. People are enthusiastic. They have certain skills. They have done what they can do. Their parents have done what their parents have can do. So after investing a huge amount on their education, after investing their time, after investing their prime time, their youth, their energy, so they did their degrees. They spent a lot of amount. They paid a lot of amount, a huge amount of fee. So after doing all those things, they are expecting that there must be some jobs. But unfortunately, as you have just mentioned, that we do not have so many jobs around us. Whenever we are going anywhere, so first of all, we would not allow to appear before the interview. We are just putting our CVs over there, but we are not called upon there. So, but to some extent, sometime we are having the opportunity to appear before the interview. But unfortunately, what happened over there, we are not prepared. Our education system is not supporting us. It is not letting us know the technical aspect, the practical field. It is not, you can say, the guiding us. It is not upgrading us as far as the market is concerned. So that is why this is a demand, this is a high demand in the market, that there must be someone who would guide them, there must be someone who would upgrade them, who would hold their hands and teach them how to appear before the interviews, how to talk to the strangers, how to talk to your boss. So there are so many things which we need to learn from different people. So this is a great opportunity that you are with us. So our today's topic, our topic is soft skills for faster career growth. So we have two options here. One, first of all, we need to get a job. We need to grab a job. So this is the first thing. And the second point, which is also very much important, which is we need to have faster growth in our career, in our profession we all want to have. So we have two options. So first of all, you would let us know that what are the soft skills, because we do not know. We do not know what are the soft skills because we haven't been taught in our universities. We haven't been taught in our educational institutions. So first of all, you please let us know what are soft skills and why is it important to learn these soft skills.
Thanks for asking that question. Not many people ask me that question, and it's a fantastic question because, as you just mentioned, not many people know what are soft skills. They know, okay, that they need a degree or a certificate or a diploma. These are the academic skills, also known as hard skills. But to get along with people, you need the social skills. And there are so many different social skills. These social skills are known as the soft skills, like how to talk to people, how do you communicate with people. And when you're communicating, what is your body language like? What is the tone of your voice? How do you empathize with people? How do you negotiate? How do you resolve conflict? What is customer care? These are some of the few soft skills, and there's a long, long list of soft skills. And these are those essential skills which every employer looks for before they hire you. If you're a new graduate and if you're already working in a company, then these skills will help you grow in your career, which are very, very important. Now, if you look at a manager, if you look at how the manager manages everything or manages his team, and the way he communicates, the way he leads, the way he puts things together in a systematic and a very organized way, do you have the skills? So if you want to progress to that level, you should look within yourself that do I have those skills before going out for a job. If you are a new graduate, if you're applying for a certain position, you must think in that person's shoes and think that, okay, that person also has the same degree as me. But how do I stand out of the crowd? Why would the employer choose me? What can I do differently that the others can't? So there's a whole set of skills that comes under this. And these are the soft skills.
Okay. So why is it important to acquire all these skills? Just tell us in a little bit brief manner.
Yeah, see, again, if I'm talking to you, how would you feel if I was rude to you? The first time that you communicated with me, I would have been very rude. You would say, oh my God, I'm not talking to this woman. Isn't it? Which means I don't have the skills to communicate appropriately with you. And then after that, just before our session in the morning today, we were discussing the layout and so many other things. So it was a two-way communication. Okay, so you knew how to communicate with me. I knew how to communicate with you, although we couldn't see each other. But that was a kind of a communication. That was digital communication. So you need to have these skills. If there is someone in your company or in your group, wherever you're working, who is very rude, for example, okay, would you go and talk? Would you prefer to go and talk to that person? No. And do you think the organization is going to have such a person there for long? No. They wouldn't like to have that person because that person would be bullying people, maybe, and not getting along with people, disturbing people, causing stress in the organization, not being productive. And of course, the whole environment would be really, really very bad. So, who would like to have such a person? No one.
No one.
So if you, on the other hand, if you are someone who is very nice, positive, mindful, empathetic, you get along very well, you help people around, you are a team leader, you're able to take decisions on your own, you're able to, guide people. Who wouldn't like such a person? Any organization will grab you. I've seen a lot of people who don't have the hard skills for that particular position, but because of their soft skills, they've managed to be there and they go beyond that. So soft skills are definitely more essential than your hard skills.
Ma'am, you have talked about the two, you can say that persons, the two
Yeah.
group of people. One who lack professional skills, who lack soft skills, and they
Yeah.
always they do not only disturb the environment of the institute, environment of the organization, but they also
Hmm.
destroy, they also mar the image of their organization as well.
Yes.
One thing. And second thing you have just told us that there are some people who have good command over soft skills, so they can manage, they know how to manage the people, they know how to handle the situation, they know how to cope up with the crisis. So when you were
Yes.
discussing about the second kind of people, at that particular time I was thinking about myself, that you are talking about me. So
Okay.
it's a, so but ma'am, here I have one important question.
Yes.
You are working in different organizations, you are also running your own employment, you are self employed, and
Yes.
we know that the people who are good in soft skills, they know about them. But the problem I have faced with those people who do not have those skill set, they do not have, soft skills with them, they lack in them. But unfortunately they do not know about this fact,
Yes.
they do not know about this fact that they are lacking in these soft skills. And whenever we are going to them, we are just letting them know, they would not listen to us, they would even shout at us. Why? Because they are lacking in soft skills. So in this situation, what we can do?
That's a very good question again. See, in this state, you can't just go directly and talk to this person that, hello, you know what, you're very rude, or hello, you don't know how to get along with people. So what you can do is, if you are one of the managers, I would recommend that if you are a colleague, it wouldn't be a great idea unless until you are very good, friends with that person. But it's always a good idea that you get someone else who is at a higher position than that person involved. Get them to talk to this person, and again, that person has to be really very, very tactful and talk to this person in a very artful manner. But yes, definitely, you can't just point fingers at the person, say, hello, you are like this, and hello, you need to improve this. No. Okay. And I would also recommend that all of us, we are not perfect. None of us is perfect. I'm also working on my skill set. I'm not perfect at the moment. And the moment you start thinking that you are not perfect, and you start working on yourself, that is growth. So anyone who thinks that, or who doesn't know that they don't have that particular type of skill set, I would recommend they sit with a piece of paper and just write down what are their strengths, then what are their weaknesses. And then, instead of focusing too much attention on their weaknesses, yes, you need to work a little bit on your weakness, definitely, but don't spend too much time on your weaknesses, because that way you end up wasting too much time trying to upgrade yourself in an area where it's extremely difficult for you. But yes, you need to keep growing, but again, don't forget your strengths. Keep polishing your strengths and become a master.
As you are rightly said that when there are some people who are rude, when there are some people who lack different soft skills in them, and if you feel that you are good at soft skills and you are going to them and you are just asking them, why are you doing like this, it means you also need to have a trainer. You are also lacking soft skills, you are also
Yeah,
lacking communication skill. So it means
definitely.
that we need to think positively about, not only about ourselves but about the other people, and we must upgrade ourselves, that how we would be able to manage them, how we would
Yes,
our target is to change their personality. So it means we need to work hard upon our own personality first. What are the techniques which we can do over there? What are the things which we can talk about at that particular time? How we would be able to develop and cultivate good relationship with all those people.
Mm.
Once they would join you, once they would accept your company, then it would become easier for us, then it would become easier for the organization to manage them, to teach them, to guide them, so that they may not disturb the people, they may not disturb the environment of the organization. So you have rightly said that we need to help them tactfully.
Yes.
So as you have just told us that we have so many soft skills, we can number them. They are in many. They are not. They are many in number. So here, because we have also time span, we are also having restriction of time. So here I would just focus upon some point that you just let us know which are your favorite soft skills. Rather, I can rephrase that, which are your five favorite soft skills.
Yeah, for starters, I'd like to begin with the communication skills because I guess that is the most important skill. If you are not able to communicate effectively, now there's a difference between communicating and just communicating effectively. There's a difference, and people do not understand that difference. So, just communication means I'm saying something that can be in a rude way or in a nice way or in any other way. I'm communicating. It doesn't matter how I'm communicating. But effective communication means, am I able to convey what I mean to convey to you, and you are able to understand what I'm saying to you? That is effective communication. Now, when I'm trying to say something to you, I'm also using my body language, my hands here, my facial expressions, isn't it? I'm nodding my head, I'm doing this, or even my hair is flying all over the place. So, what am I doing? What am I conveying? What sort of impression are you getting from me? That yes, she is actively involved in what I'm saying, isn't it? So that is
Yes, yes.
one thing that I would strongly recommend that we all need to work upon. Now, when we talk about verbal communication, it again comes down to how fast you are speaking or how slow you are speaking. That will depend upon the language you are talking in. If it's your mother tongue, which is your first language, obviously you're going to be comfortable. It doesn't matter. Even if you talk to that person in your sleep, you will be very comfortable. But when it comes to a second or the third language, that's when you need to think and then speak. So you need to have the correct balance there as to when you are speaking in a language that you are not very proficient in. It's always a good idea to develop that speed at which you are comfortable. Some people they become so enthusiastic, they start off very, very fast and then they forget what to say next, kind of thing. They again stop. But I don't think that that's a good idea because that gives a very poor impression to the person who's listening to you. So have the correct tone, the volume of your voice. So if I'm talking in a I'm trying to sound a little bit fine, but otherwise I would have gone, "Hey, what are you doing?" Kind of, I can scream also, but then you would think, why is she screaming? She needs to just calm down, right? So that gives a
Yes.
different kind of impression, different kind of a message to you. So all these things, my non-verbal, my body language, and my verbal communication should be in congruence. They should be synced together. And we are being on this platform. If I had come with uncombed hair without any makeup, just wearing my t-shirt, I mean, what would the viewers think? She's just so casual. Why should we listen to
Right.
her? What is she going to teach us? So image. Now image also comes here. Okay, we've got a very important question
Yeah.
here, Hamid. Yeah,
Yes.
he's saying, how can we develop communication in second language? Because you are saying it is very important. See, second language for most of us is English. Okay, because that's a universal language, it's a global language. And thanks to COVID, we can now communicate across the globe in a second. And most of the people across the world understand this language. So the best way to learn any language is to practice, practice, and practice. My way of telling my students is that you should always stand in front of the mirror, have your phone in your hand, record yourself speaking and how you communicate. You can either
Wonderful
stand
idea.
in front of the mirror and see how you were performing, how you're talking to yourself, or you can just record yourself and then watch yourself, see how you did. Look at, just try to hear yourself out. What is the tone of your voice? What is the volume of your voice? Does it rise and fall according to the situation, according to what you're trying to speak? Does it, are you able to describe things the way you want to describe? So there are so many things. I can't go into too much of detail because of the time restraints, but we can have another session on this if you want later on about this. But yes, as I said, non-verbal communication again, my gestures. Okay, I might have a frown on my face and I'm talking to you. Now, this is not incongruence. Okay, I should have a smile and I should look happy when I'm communicating. So, according to the situation, obviously. So, if you go to some other place where everyone is serious and you are laughing or you've got a silly smile on your face, that won't make sense either. So, these are the things that I would say or recommend that we need to pay attention to. Now, the third
You
thing,
are
when it, sorry, yeah,
yes, please,
uh,
yes, please, yes,
the
please.
third thing that I would like to include in communication is also your digital presence. Now, we are doing a lot of communication on the digital platform. People need to understand the difference between casual conversation and formal conversation on the digital media. So, if you are in the workplace, you cannot communicate digitally in a casual fashion. Like, some people use those short forms like LOL, laugh out loud, or you can't do that in your office. So again, pay little attention to that. If you are in a formal setting, be formal. If you are in a casual setting, yeah, you can afford to be casual there. So these things make a lot of difference.
Ma'am, you are absolutely right. As you know that I have been teaching these things to so many people, and I first of all personally observe that. First of supposedly we are walking around, we are going to our job station, we are going anywhere, and on the way there is a PN, like let's say there is a guard. So
Yeah,
whenever we are going over there, we if we are just going there and we say hi and we cross him or her, or we say hello how are you and then we cross her, so it gives a totally different image. And I have
yes,
observed that whenever I enter my college, there are 2 3 people who are there. So whenever I go there, I open up my hands and I meet him wholeheartedly with a broad smile on my face, and I enthusiastically say them, "Oh, this is a good thing that you are here. You have made my day. You are the people who really love me." Whenever I go there, they do not sit on their chairs; they stand up.
yeah,
I do not give them anything just because
yeah,
of my verbal, just because of my body language, because I always disseminate positive energy. I radiate positive energy at that particular time, so they automatically get attraction. So in this
yeah,
way, you are absolutely right that we need to learn all these things. Why I am letting you know all these things? Because I have learned from the experts like you. I have read certain books. I have got ideas from those books. So you are absolutely right. And most of the time we mix communication skill with English language. This is also a misconception. If you are
mm,
talking to anyone in your own Urdu language, in Chinese language, this, for let's say my language is Potohari, or your Punjabi, or Sindhi, Balochi, Marathi, whatever your language is,
yes,
but you
yes,
need to communicate them by keeping their positive energy, positive vibration, posture in your mind. So we have one more question, ma'am, before our soft skills are good.
Yeah. Hmm.
This is the
So,
question, ma'am.
yeah, can we just wait till the end and then I think during the conversation you'll get your answer to that?
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay. Now you have now you have talked about communication skill, which is very much important. That is why it is known as the king skill.
Yes.
So what is the second skill which we must pay attention upon?
Hmm. Uh, the second one, according to me, is mindfulness. In today's world, especially
Mindfulness.
the young generation, yes, the young generation lacks this so much. Thanks to the devices, they are so much involved in the devices that half the times they don't even know what they're doing, what they're supposed to do, how they are doing what they are doing, because they are just so carried away. And because there is lack of impatience, they want everything now. It is just that okay, they want the validation from other people also, just to just to have that confidence that am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing I'm doing? Unless and until they don't get the validation, they think that they are not doing the right thing. And mindfulness comes in where you are paying full attention to what you're doing. And I don't blame the young generation because companies and particularly the large corporates want their employees to multitask. They want one person to do 10 things at the same time. So they'll be on their email, and at the same time, they have to attend a phone call. At the same time, they're talking to a person. So, what is this? This is multitasking. They can't do justice to all these three things at the same time because a brain cannot split itself in three different places where we used to think that. But the brain has to switch very, very quickly between these three tasks. And it becomes very difficult to do justice to each one of these tasks individually. So the more mindful you are, which means doing one thing at a time and then moving to the next thing. So that way you do great work, good work, I would say, and do it in a very short period of time instead of doing three things and thinking that oh I can finish all these three things in one go. And trust me, you can't. Try doing one thing at one time and try doing these three things at the same time in that same time period, and you will see the difference for yourself.
Okay, ma'am. You are saying that we need to avoid multitasking
Yes.
and we need to pay focus upon one particular task. Ma'am,
Yes.
here I need some clarification.
Yes.
I need to understand that supposedly I have two tasks to do.
Mm-hmm.
As I have already told you that the targets of my life is to help the people. This is my vision, this is my mission. So
Mm-hmm.
on one hand, I am doing my thesis. This is also a full time job. And on the other hand, I am also working upon public speaking skill. So if I divide my time, if I want to do both the tasks simultaneously, so how can I manage them? How can I get along with both the tasks so that my productivity would not get disturbed?
See, you have the entire 24 hours to decide what is the most urgent and important thing for you, and then what is the next important thing for you, and then the next. So you have to prioritize these. Okay. So you can't just do, what I mean is, you can't just do public speaking and your thesis at the same time. You can't just stand in front of 10 people and start speaking and also have your thesis in your hand and start doing that. You can't do that. So you have to decide that tomorrow, if I'm going to start doing my work, what is the most important for me? What is the most urgent and important task? I should do that first. So if it is your thesis, maybe you want to spend those 2 hours in the morning doing your thesis. Then what's the next best thing that you're going to do? Maybe you have to practice your public speaking skills. Again, you should have a timetable that, okay, I'm going to spend like 1 hour or half an hour or whatever on that. And then what is the next best thing I'm going to do? So on and so forth. So the first thing that you do early in the morning when you go to work, or you're doing, or if you're self-employed, whatever you're doing for yourself should be the most urgent and most important thing. So it's urgent, has to be done, and it's the most important. So if you're working in a company and your boss has given you some work to do, it has to be there on his desk by a certain time. So might as well just finish it and give it to the boss even before the time limit. So see, that way your boss would know, okay, this guy is different or this woman is different than the rest because this person manages to finish every work that I give him or her. So then I'm sure people are going to ask that if we do that, the boss is going to give us more work. Yes, of course. But then, that's one way of growing up or going up your corporate level or your corporate ladder. So that's one way because you have to show your boss that you are different than the rest of the people. You are not like the rest of the people. And because you are standing out, you stand out because of your skills. And that is why you are going to deserve, or you are the person who deserves to be promoted, who deserves a raise, who deserves to be up there than the others.
Okay. Now you have made me quite clear. It
Good.
means that if I am doing two tasks, it doesn't bother me. If I am going with one task, let's say in the morning, I would invest 2 hours on my thesis, and I
Yeah.
have switched off my mobile. I have disconnected myself from the rest of the world, and I am doing that particular task at that particular time within 2 hours. So it
Yes.
means it would be productive.
Mm.
And if I want to practice my speaking English or my public speaking or any other skill which I want to learn, I need to, you can say that, separate some time for it. It can be in the evening, it can be in the at the noon time. So if
Yes.
I am practicing my public speaking in the evening, so it means that both the tasks would not disturb each other.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It
Now you
really.
have you have told us that we need to improve communication skill. Then we need to work upon our mindfulness. It is also a soft skill. And
Yes.
which one is the third one, ma'am?
Okay, now coming to productivity. As you said, that, and I
Productivity.
just mentioned that when you're mindful also means that you're paying your full
Ma'am,
attention to what you are doing.
sorry to interrupt you.
So sure.
Can
Yeah,
you
no.
speak a little bit loud, ma'am?
Okay. Okay. So am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible, but a little bit loud, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So when I'm talking about mindfulness, it also means paying your full attention to what you are doing. So the task in hand, that you pay full attention to the task in hand. So which means that your ears, eyes, and brain are all there in the moment. You're not getting distracted, as you said, that you have to switch your mobile off or keep it on mute. Okay, then don't have any phone calls, don't attend any phone calls. The best thing would be to just turn your mobile off and not be distracted by anyone, be it your family, be it your friends, or anything. And you will see that those 2 hours, as you said, if you assign those 2 hours to finish doing your work, your thesis work, you might end up finishing it 1.5 hour or even 1 hour because you're being more productive. Now, coming to productivity, people normally show other people that they are very busy and as opposed to being productive. And then in an organization, they think, why hasn't the boss promoted me when I'm doing so much work? So if you look at people who are productive, yeah, you're saying
Look busy,
something?
do nothing.
Yes, yes. So what most people do is as soon as they go to work, they'll keep their stuff on their table or in their cubicle, and then they'll go around saying hello, hi to their colleagues, waste half an hour there, and then they'll go to the place where there's coffee. And if they meet someone there, they'll again spend 10 or 15 minutes chatting to the guy or the woman there who's also having coffee. Then after they have their coffee, they come back to their table, and then they might start their work with their laptop, and they might get distracted by an email, by a phone call, by someone's social media profile. They'll spend half an hour there, and then the boss is calling them, okay boss, I'm coming in. They'll spend half an hour chatting to the boss. So what is this? This is not being productive. Productive means as soon as you go to your workplace, you just sit down as you have already planned for the next day, that these are the things I need to nail. I need to do these. I'll do these. Don't move from your seat. So if you want to grab a cup of coffee or even water or want to go to the washroom, just refrain from doing that. If you want coffee or water, you can always tell the office boy to give you that at the designated time. You can say, okay, 10 o'clock, you get me the coffee. 12 o'clock, I want water. So that saves you so much time. And you end up doing what you want to do. So that is more productive as opposed to spending your time here, there. And then when people ask you, okay, what did you do today? Oh, I was busy chatting to my friend. I was busy sending emails to my spouse, or I was busy applying for the other jobs. This is not being productive. So there's a lot of people do not know the difference between being productive. Being productive means putting out valuable work, doing something that is going to help the organization and doing the work that you are supposed to do. Just finish and get over with it. And then, yes, if you have time after that to laze around, to chat, of course, you don't go and disturb others. No, don't go and disturb your colleagues if they are busy. But yeah, you can have that coffee time, that chai time, or whatever time you want for yourself after that.
Ma'am, you are absolutely right. Do you have seen people doing all the tasks, all the things at their job station, in their offices, except the task which is given to them?
Exactly.
They totally ignore that particular task. When the boss is calling them at that particular time, they are surprised. Oh, I haven't done this thing. I haven't done this thing. You are not helping me. They are just starting shouting at the people. They are just calling their friend, just come up there and help them out. So this is the problem with the people, as you have mentioned about them. So it means that we need to consciously think about the productivity, and we should
Yes.
not waste our time at our job station. It would also help us not only in our personal growth, but it would also enhance the image of the company. It would also give you promotion. It would also improve your image before the people, before in the eyes of your bosses. So you are absolutely right. So most of the time we ignore all these things. So we need to consciously work upon all these three skills. And I am dying for listening for the next two ones, because the skills which you have told, they are really amazing. If we are sincere with us, if we really want to help us, then we need to work upon them. then we need to then we need to act upon the recommendation, the suggestion which you are letting us know. But if we are not sincere with us, if we do not want to help our own selves, then no one is here who will come and who will hold our hand and who will do all the tasks which we have been assigned. So you are absolutely right. And I would personally apply. I am applying, but I have come to know so many new things in today's session. So what would be the next fourth skill?
That's great. Um, I'm happy you are willing to do that. So, see, there you are. Now you know which things you lack or which skills you lack, or you need to reinforce those skills. See, so you'll start working on them, isn't it? And there's
Ma'am,
so many different. Mhm.
I will implement, but I will also disturb you because I need help from you.
Sure, sure. Anytime, anytime. I'm here to help people. Definitely. Okay, so moving on to the next skill is emotional intelligence. Now, not many people know what is emotional intelligence. We know about this intelligence, okay, the IQ. So mostly we say, oh my God, this person is so intelligent, he or she is going to get the job because this person is intelligent. Or this person got so many marks because they are intelligent. Now, in a workplace, emotional intelligence, not even in the workplace, I'd say how we get along with each other, even in the family, with our relatives, with our family friends, with other friends. So, emotional intelligence simply means, do you understand your emotions and the emotions of others? So if I think that I am emotional intelligence, do I know what sort of feelings I have? So if you're asking me, okay, ma'am, how are you feeling today? Okay, if I'm feeling positive, I'll say, oh my God, I'm feeling so happy and positive. So I know, and I'm being verbal about those. Okay. On the other hand, if I'm feeling sad, but I'm just trying to show that I'm feeling very happy and positive, that's not emotional intelligence. I'm not applying it. If you look at bullies, there are bullies everywhere. There are bullies in the school, there are bullies at the workplace also, who will bully you for anything. Maybe the way you look, the way you talk, you speak, you wear your clothes, or anything else. They like to bully you. So these are the people who have very low emotional intelligence, because one, they don't know their own feelings. They are not able to express their feelings. So emotionally intelligent means you should be able to express your feelings. So if I'm not feeling comfortable in a situation and I say, oh my God, you know what? I'm not feeling comfortable. Can we go from here, please? Okay. So I'm being expressive about my feelings. I know I can't go, I can't leave the session right now. Too late. Right? So with the bullies, the problem is they are not able to express their feelings. They are the most insecure people. And because they want to show the world that they are very brave, they're very confident, they bully people. They bully people. So to be emotionally intelligent, you should also understand the feelings of others. So that's where empathy comes in. Are you empathetic? Do you understand the feelings of others? So if somebody is sad, do you emphasize with them, and you say to them, okay, it is okay, let's figure out a solution for this problem. So being empathetic, being emotionally intelligent as well in a workplace is going to help you immensely, immensely, because your seniors are going to see you as someone who is bringing the whole organization together. You're not breaking things apart. If someone behaves rudely at you, for example, my boss screams at me at the workplace, I should try to understand why did that happen. Maybe that happened because maybe I did something, that upset my boss. So I'll just go and talk to my boss. Okay, boss, just tell me, what happened? What did I do? What did I do to make you feel this way? Was it my performance? Was it the way I talked? So, what are we doing here? We are negotiating. We are also trying to figure out what happened and how can I resolve this. So, see, all these soft skills are going to be intermingling with each other. We can't just separate one skill from the other. And it's I can't say that you just have to have one skill and not the other skills. So it is a good idea to acquire as many of these skills as possible.
Okay. You mean that we should not think that I would only work upon this particular skill, and when I would learn that particular skill, then I would go for the next one. We need to learn them simultaneously as well. We need to come up with an idea that we need to work upon different aspect of our life. So in this way, we may improve our productivity, we may be mindful, we may improve the results. We may, as I was telling you, that there are two kinds of people in this world. Number one, who are paid on the basis of time, and the second group, the people who are the rich one, the people who are earning a huge amount of money. They are the people who are paid on the basis of their outcome. So in this way, we should realize that, we should understand that what are the things which we can do, what are the things which we should not do, which we quit. So as you have talked about emotional intelligence, which is also very much important. And the fifth one, ma'am.
That is motivation. So,
Oh, yes.
yeah, a lot of people have a lot of ideas inside their mind, but they keep procrastinating them, or they do not have that motivation to do something. So most people, when they go to work, they think, "Oh my God, I have to go to work again. I have to face that nasty boss again." They're not motivated enough. So I would recommend for such people that if you are stuck in such an environment, the best thing would be to just get out of that toxic environment rather than staying around there. Because if you need to be motivated, if you need to motivate yourself, you also need that kind of environment around you. You can't just keep on pushing yourself endlessly and there are like 10 people who are trying to pull you back. So for that, if you are in that toxic environment, the best thing to do would be get out of it as soon as possible. I know easier said than done. If you want to change your job, it's not that easy, but it's not impossible. And if you are in that kind of environment where everyone is so energetic, they're so motivated. So motivation always rubs off. Okay. When you see people around you who are motivated, you also get motivated. And I think that be associated with these people. Not only at the workplace, your friends should also be those kind of people who are always motivating you, who are looking at the positive things in you, who are always telling you what your strengths are instead of just pointing at your weaknesses. And trust me, in today's world, everyone just looks. Even if you have 100 good virtues or 100 good things in you, if you have one bad thing, people are going to point that out again and again. So that's what the people are going to do. It's okay. But if you show your boss you are enthusiastic, you are so motivated that whatever the boss gives you, you do that on time. You do it perfectly to your capability. And you should also have the ability to say no. You cannot do a certain task. Be assertive also. Right? Because most people think, okay, now this is a challenge. I'll take it as a challenge. Yes, you can take certain challenges, but then up to a certain extent. You don't need to stress yourself up unnecessarily and pick up tasks, which are within your limits. So that, as I said, there's so many soft skills that these are all interlinked, and we can't just go on and on and on with these. So yeah, I think these are my favorites for the time being.
And the last one is also my favorite. Yesterday, I was having a session with Florina. She's from Romania. So she was my host yesterday. So she was asking me about all these questions. So she was telling that I had come up here for as to present myself as a host, but I have started learning different things from her, from me. So when she was asking that how can we get motivation, how can we draw motivation, so I also told her that you need to spend as much time as much with me, because it would really help you. The people who are around me, they are really motivated. And one most important thing which I must share here is that, as you know, that I have also been working upon my social media platforms. I am recording my videos, I am going live with different people, with different experts. So approximately on daily basis, one of my friends call me up. Hi Humayun, how are you? I am fine. What are you doing? What have you started? Yeah, you are going live on daily basis. I am
Okay.
watching your videos. So would you guide us? Would you guide me? Would you help me? So I always try to encourage them. I always try
Yes.
to give them positive energy. But it needs consistency. It
Yes.
needs inner motivation. They always try to find out, people always try to find out motivation, extrinsic motivation from the outward, but it would
Yes.
not go over a longer period of time. It would not last over a longer period of time. But we always try to give motivation to the people. We always try to disseminate positive energy. So you are absolutely right. We need to surround, we need to hang out with the people who are really motivated, who are doing something. So this must be our mindset, that we need not to waste our time. Rather, we must have certain objectives in our life, and we need to achieve them. We need to chase them. As
Yes.
whenever we are hungry, we would not sit idle until and unless we eat something. So this is the
Yes.
motivation which we have. If we have this kind of motivation, then it would become easier for us. So, ma'am, you have wonderfully chosen these five soft skills, and I must say that we need to consciously work upon all these areas. So as you have You have also said that there are so many other skills, but we are running short of our time. So how can we become proficient? How can we become proficient in acquiring, and how can we acquire all these skills by our own selves? What are the steps which we should follow?
Okay, now I have enlisted these five skills. Okay, now what we can do is anyone who needs to improve on their soft skills, they should sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and write down these five skills. And then they ask themselves, how good are you in all these skills? When it comes to communication skills, mindfulness, productivity, emotional intelligence, and motivation. So wherever you think you need to work upon, I'm working upon all my skills to be honest, because I think there's no end. And the day I think I'm going to think that I'm done, I'm dead. That's just me. That's just me. Okay. So I try to work on each skill every day. You can't work on all these skills at the same time in one day. So you can choose one skill. Okay. So designate a definitive time that okay, I'm going to spend so much time on this skill, and then have a plan. How are you going to do this? So, for example, if you're going to work on your motivation, as you said, that you like to have people who are well motivated, you like to also give out that motivation to other people. So you have to again find a plan, write a plan that okay, I'm lacking in motivation, and where do I need to which part of my life needs to be motivated? Do I need to motivate myself to go to school or go to college, or do I need to motivate myself to go to work? So why don't I like to go to work? Or how should I motivate myself? What are the different ways? Am I getting being motivated at work or at home? What are the reasons for that? And how do I motivate myself at the workplace? Who are those people at the workplace who are motivated already? Can I stick to those people? Can I be more friendly to those people? How can I learn motivation from them? So when you start sticking around with those people, you start learning a lot of things. Similarly, for the communication skills, there are so many different ways to learn that. And then we have the social media. We have the Facebook groups which you can join. You also have we have the YouTube videos that we all have access to. So these are all the three things. There are certain books that you can also buy, or if you like to listen to these audio books, so you can also get those. Particularly for those people, who say they don't have the time because they have spent like 10 to 12 hours at the workplace. By the time they come back home, they're totally dead. They don't have time to improve themselves. Then I would recommend that if you are traveling back and forth to your workplace, if you are driving in your own car, you can listen to these audiobooks, have a or you can have a USB full of audiobooks or whatever. And whenever you drive to or come back from work, just listen to these audio CDs or books. And the other thing you can do is if you're out of weekdays, you just have those physical books. You can spend half an hour to an hour every day. That's what people do. That's how you can hone these skills, you can improve yourself. And of course, company makes a lot of difference. And we have the trainers. I am a software trainer myself. So you can approach trainers like me, and there's so many others out there who can help you. But you need a mentor also. There is someone who can point out to you that, look, how about you work upon this aspect also? You can go from here to here. So how to go from here to here, they know it best. They can guide you. If you want to go faster and you want a system, then you implement who can take you there. It's very possible.
Wonderful steps, ma'am. And you have rightly said that if we are concerned about all these things, then it would become easier for us. And as I started this session with a quotation. If the student is ready, the teacher appears. And you can take the horse to the water, but you cannot make it drink. So you are absolutely right. First of all, we need to have the knowledge which we don't have. The knowledge which we have, it is just helping us right now. It would not help us on the next level. It would not help us
Yes.
in getting ahead. So,
Mm.
first of all, we need to consult the experts. We need to consult the seasoned people like you who are working in the market, who are already transforming the lives of so many people around the globe. So, it is a great privilege that if we are ready, we have the people. They can guide us, they can help us, they can motivate us, they can upgrade us, they can do whatever we want them to do for us. So in today's session, I feel that we must pay attention upon all those things which we were not doing previously. So we need to take a forward step, and we need to jot down, as you have just mentioned, that our weaknesses as well as our strengths. And although we need to work upon our weaknesses, but you have suggested that, you have recommended that we need to work upon our strengths, because they would help us in achieving our targets. They would help us in making good relationship with other people. It would help us to improve our image. It would help us to improve our emotions. So you have rightly said that, and I hope all of us would uh, really improve by incorporating all these skills, all these soft skills. And as I was telling you that when we were preparing about the session, that I have dedicated 2021 for only communication skill, where I was letting you know that everything is communicating. And you had helped me at that particular time, and you also gave your suggestions, some recommendations to me, and I had noted all those points with me. So with this is the time then we need to wind up our session. So first of all, I would like to thank our viewers who have taken their time, and they have asked certain questions. And this session would also be available on my YouTube channel as well as on other social media platforms. Though, so the people would turn up after that. They would come up over there and they would consult it. So we are very much thankful to the viewers who are right now with us and who would watch these sessions after it gets over. And last but not the least, I am really thankful. I cannot express my feelings. I cannot express my thank in words. So you have really given us your wisdom, and we have learned a lot from you. So this is once again a wonderful session for our viewers, and especially for me. This is really impressive. And you have just pointed out the areas where we should work upon. So with this, our guest, he is saying that it was an excellent session, and he has also learned so many things from you, Rukhsana Bibi. She is also our regular viewer. She also comes. She is also my student. So she is always ready to learn. So we would try to build the community. We would in future, in near future, we would try to build a community. We would gather those people who are really interested in their personal growth, in their self development, who want to achieve some targets. So we would also work upon those things. But right now, what we are doing, we are helping the people with our live shows. And the people who are watching us, we would just recommend them that just subscribe to our channels, so that our new videos would come up and they would help them in their personal growth, in their transformation, in their mindset. So at the end, I would again thank to our Dr. Herlin Gill that she has rendered her special time to us. So we have learned so many things, and we would try to coordinate with her in near future as well. So ma'am, your last word, if you want to say any last word, last sentence.
Definitely, would like to thank you again from the bottom of my heart that you gave me this chance and opportunity to be on this platform out of so many people you selected to come over. Thank you so much. And I hope that today I've been able to make a difference in as many lives as I could. And will be making those differences again after people watch our this program after go offline. And as a parting note, I would just like to say that soft skills are those skills that can make or break your career. So not many people knew what soft skills were. I'm hoping that now it's become much more clearer. I'm so sorry because of the less time and time restraints. I wasn't able to explain all those other skills to you. But we will definitely, I'm sure we can have another session later on and explain skills in detail. And till that time, I wish you all best of luck. And if anyone wants to contact me, please do. I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. We would also come up with a new topic, with a new session tomorrow. Till then, Allah Hafiz, thank you, goodbye, have a nice night. And this is Humayun Kiani signing off from tonight's session. Bye bye.